Well, it's all loaded up, getting ready to go to the half century of progress. This was a couple-hour process to get everything loaded, get everything ready into the truck. I think I'm pretty well packed other than my clothes. And a couple cases of water in the truck because it is like 95 degrees still right now and it's in the evening. It is hot and humid. It's going to be hot at half century, but I'm really looking forward to going. Went the first time 2 years ago. My uncle had been trying to get me to go for 6 years, and I kept being resistant, saying, oh, I'll go, and I finally went, and I'm hooked. If you're saying it's on your bucket list, whatever, just stop saying it's on your bucket list and go. It's well worth the time there. So thought somebody might find it interesting to see how I got everything loaded up. I got the 2 lawn tractors on the back. I put expanded steel on the bottom of the ramps, got them strapped down pretty tight. Not pretty tight, they're tight. On my painted tractors, what I've gone to using is these straps that you can get at TSC. I run 2 of them on each side. Brake strength on each strap is 3,000 pounds, so it's a little over 6,000 pounds brake strength when they're doubled up, is my estimation. I put a clevis in there and then run my chains. I run ratchets and regular binders. I cross them up here so they pull against each other on the steering or the front axle post there to give me a good tie down on the back of the 302s and the 670s and most of the later Molines. I do the same, 2 straps, so I'm just not eating up paint with the chains, clevises, then the chains. On the UB, I can use the old mounting points with clevises through those. Just run a single chain around the front going forward. In the back, and I'm not thrilled about this, but there's just, I don't trust the drawbar on this. It's really worn. Grandpa used this tractor a bunch. So I put around the axle 2 more straps, clevis, and then a chain coming down. So this is Grandpa's old tractor, 53 UB. He had it, bought it in 54. It was turned in, somebody else bought it and then they got something else. It's been across the Mackinac Bridge for the bridge crossing, and now it's going to go to Rantoul. I think Grandpa would definitely smile down knowing that his old tractor's been traveling around going to these shows. And of course the 110, the 112 on the back with the 7302. So all loaded up. We're heading out early tomorrow morning. I'm going to try to document a little bit of the trip out, and then of course show you the Molines that are at the show. And we're planning on doing the tractor drive Thursday morning out through the country there in Illinois. So really looking forward to it. It's a great show, and if you haven't gone, stop making excuses. It happens every 2 years. Go. Take at least 2-3 days, because there's a lot to see, as hopefully you'll see in this video. All right, it's Wednesday morning. We've hooked up with the crew here in Plain City, Ohio. The bowling alley. It's the biggest parking lot we could find. Got my load. Got the brother-in-law's load with the Ford 960 and the Z. Got Josh and his dad pulling their mule, and then the rest of the crew just showed up. Eric's pulling his 806 and his side-by-side, and then Joel's on the other side there with his 350, and then Alex is on the other side with his Ford, and it looks like he's bringing a Massey Ferguson, so we're gonna have quite a crew rolling here. made it to the tractor drive. Got the Moline display. Getting ready, I actually made it to Rantoul, getting ready to go on the tractor drive. So this is the lineup of tractors getting ready to go. And looking forward to it. Hopefully we don't get any rain today. Start of the 2021 half century of progress tractor drive, being led by Earthquake, the big articulated tractors down there. Gonna be going past the big flag here in a minute. Everybody's kind of lined up, watching everything. Trying to get my speed set right here. Got my uncle in front of me on his Super H. He's the one that got me into Molines, and now he's a cheater. He's gone to the red power. Earthquake way down on the runway there, leading the way. Got the UB behind me and brother-in-law on the ZA. I got my old buddy Chad back there on his ZA. He bought my 66 302 years ago. Looked like it was going to rain on us, but it's for now is holding off, which I'm very thankful for. It did rain overnight. I'm hoping that doesn't ruin the field demonstrations for today. See over here, you got some of the older tractors, some crawlers with plows. We'll probably watch them plow later. Steam tractors, steam plows. Hopefully you can see that. Then one of the best things of this show, that huge flag up there, reminding us about this great country we live in. Doesn't get more awesome than that. Just wanted to get a shot of Earthquake as we go around the corner here. Well, I guess that's an amazing tractor. So I had to show a little bit of this. This to me is absolute beauty. Trim ditches, nice looking corn, and a row of tractors as far as you can see. showgrounds out here. Got everybody out, including the little kids from school. Had a little break here, getting ready to take back off, but they had cookies and some drinks for us, and everybody got to stand around and talk. So it's a good time. Well, I screwed up. We went through Penfield and through the I&I showgrounds, and I didn't get it filmed. I was too busy just staring around it. Looks like a really cool place for a show. Going south, some rain around, but I'm hoping it doesn't hit us. Obviously into windmills. So, crops still look really good. I'm really hoping that rain stays south of us. And just had a lot of fun so far. It's a great tractor drive. We should be heading back west here shortly to go to Rantoul. Supposed to be back there around noon, kind of do a parade down the runway, and it's 10:40 now, so yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Well, we got another stop. We did get a little bit wet, but not real wet. Everybody's still rolling in. You can see the rain's passing hopefully to the east, and we got that hopefully coming. So they're still rolling in. They'll be rolling in for probably 5 more minutes. There's a lot of tractors here. Well, we had another stop for a drink and a quick break here. As you can see, it started raining by the wet roads and the rain on my hood, but it was just as we were pulling in. So it worked out pretty about as well as it could have worked out. Luckily I had a raincoat with me, so I didn't suffer too much, and I think everybody was able to get inside. It's at the Penfield Illini FS. I'm probably saying that Illini FS. That's where we stopped here. So appreciate their hospitality. It was a lot of fun. Well, we made it back and we didn't get wet. I don't know how, because if you look over there at that storm, somehow it parted and we went right through an area where we didn't get wet. They definitely got wet here at the showgrounds. So we're doing our parade down the runway, one end to the other, and everybody's lined up to watch us. So feeling really lucky right now, pretty much blessed that that storm parted and we were able to make it through it, because it, you can see, it's pretty nasty over there. And this is the beauty of this show. You can feel the heat coming off that tractor. Crew. They just dropped the bottoms in and it really started chugging. All right, it's Friday morning, half century of progress here at the Moline display. I'm going to walk through the tractors. Had quite a few show up so far. They just had the singing of the national anthem. If you can see the large flag flying down at the runway there. Beautiful sight this morning. It rained just a little yesterday here at the showgrounds. We were out on the tractor drive, and fortunately we somehow missed it, but they're getting ready to do field work over there. So we got a pretty nice lineup. I've got my 70 U302 Super Gas here, one of 109 built in 70 of the gas model. My 69 110 Hydro. My brother-in-law's 1949 Z. My 112 Hydro. I've got my signboard here for the decals that I sell, but if you're ever at one of these shows and you see that signboard, I have my cards on there. You want to talk to me, just text me or call me. I'll come find you and we can talk Molines. Grandpa's old 53 UB, it had to make this trip. It's made the bridge crossing in Michigan after I inherited it, and now it's been to Rantoul. I think Grandpa would be pretty proud that his old UB has made it around. We got a 55 UB diesel. It says Miles Young, Downs, Illinois. Parked next to my UB. It's a nice looking UB. A 108 garden tractor. Kenny and Jeanette Knight of Potomac, Illinois. It's 1967. Got a 1950 G owned by Kenny and Jeanette Knight of Potomac, Illinois. It's got a plow behind it, a pull type plow on steel. So 4 bottom looks like. We've got a U here, and that is also owned by Kenny Knight of Potomac. Got a picker here on a unisystem. This particular one, if I'm not mistaken, is on the brown mule. So it's actually in pretty nice shape. I don't know if they're going to put this out in the field today or not. We've got the 2890 combine, and I think this came from Richard Lowry's sale. I saw this picking the last time we were here. Does a good job. It's kind of good to see it out in the field. Grandpa had one like this. This combine is very nice. I don't know, the door's open. I'll just climb up here. It's about as original and nice as it could be. So we've got a couple Twin Cities here, and I don't know my Twin Cities models very well, but I know this second one has this is also Kenny and Jeanette Knight. It's a 2132. Nice tractor. We've got I think this is a 69 M670 propane. Very nice tractor. Original seat. And this is owned by Dean Pyatt of Armstrong, Illinois, and it is a 69. Got an Avery here. We've got a harvester attached to a UB. And the harvester is very nice shape also. Looks all to be complete. This is a 53 UB, and it's Stacy Carter of Clinton, Illinois. Walk around back here. HF pull type combine. Very nice. Got a G350. One of the Fiat Molines. This is owned by, it's a 73 by Cheryl DeLapp Yearsley Urbana. So it's Cheryl's tractor. We've got a 302, nice shape. It's been redone at some point. And this is also Yearsley's, and very nice 302. Got a 335. It's a 1964 John Fullwitter. Got a 53Z here. It's Joe Glazik. Ran tool. It's for sale if anybody's interested. Looks like a pretty nice tractor. Got a 66 Jetstar 3 owned by Mike Thomas at Family Farms in Evansville, Indiana. It's a pretty nice looking original Jetstar right there. He's got a tiller on the back of it. But yeah, nice looking Jetstar. Got a U. And this one's been kind of modified a little bit, it looks like, for pulling. And then we've got a 1950 ZA. It's Chad Ford's. He's from Baltimore, Ohio. Chad bought my 66 U302 when I finished it, or sold it a few years ago, and Chad bought it. And great guy. Had a lot of fun with him on the tractor drive yesterday as we dodged the raindrops. But this thing runs like a top. He always says it's ugly, and he parks it way down here on the end because he says it's ugly. But I tell you, it's a very nice looking tractor, and it runs well. And the main thing is Chad has a lot of fun with it. All right, we're continuing on here. We got a 57 335 utility owned by Diana Lowry Hanselman. I saw Richard here yesterday. Got a 58 5-star by Ron and Geneva Beck of Gibson City, Illinois. It's a very nice 5-star. Got a 335 also by Ron and Geneva Beck. Got a UB special here that is owned by Ron and Geneva, and it's for sale. I don't know if anybody's interested. The numbers there on the front. Meanwhile, that loud noise is a big John Deere WA-17 going past. That's the beauty of this show. There's just always stuff moving around. So we've got a Moline Jeep here. Very nice, and this is also the Yearsley's. And then a 1940s Moline wagon here, and it's also Yearsley's. It's used to haul artillery. It's kind of a neat, I didn't see this yesterday, that's kind of a really neat piece there. And we got another 335 here, and this is also the Lowry's. It's a 58. It's a very nice tractor. Got a 1970 propane U302. That's a standard front axle. It's a utility. This is Jeff Greer's. This is a one of two that was made in 70. This thing's original. It's a very interesting tractor, and hopefully later today Jeff and I are going to do a little thing about the 70 model 302s, because he's got a couple here and I've got a couple, and so we're gonna talk. What's even more interesting about this tractor is it was the first one built in 1970, and it was a utility, so it makes it a very special tractor, and I'm glad that Jeff has it because he enjoys it. Got a 1950 ZA here for Joshua Westrate out of Zeeland, Michigan. Very nice tractor he calls Old Yeller. Got a Moline Experimental. And then we've got a 52 GTC, and this is Richard Lowry's also. Very nice tractor. Richard kept some nice ones. He's always got nice tractors. right, just had a little conversation with Richard Lowry there, just about everything. But anyway, we got a 66 Jetstar 3, Jerry Glasser, Moreland, Indiana. He's got a loader on it. I'm not sure what kind of loader that is because it's a little different than the Schwartz loader, but it's got a couple wheel weights on the back. And we've got a 67 U302 Super, Larry, I'm sorry if I butcher names here, Ladke, New London, Wisconsin. It's a very nice tractor. It's been restored. Everybody knows I like my 302s, so I always enjoy seeing 302s. And then we've got another 65 M670, also Larry has. He brought, and it's also a nice restore. Very good looking tractors. We've got a 62 M5 Mark Bragg, Charleston, Illinois. Nice M5, it's been restored. We've got a bunch here of Dave Walters from Urbana, Illinois. So this is a U propane. It's got new tires on it. It's a really good looking tractor, nice paint job. We've got a GB. This is a 55. Big rubber on the back. Got a G900 here. I'd say this is a 69 if I had to guess. And we've got a Z here, which is Casey and Doug Dillon from Cutler, Indiana. We've got David and Melinda Raby's Plainfield, Indiana, and their 52 BF. This was also at Rushville. It's a nice tractor. He did a nice restoration on that tractor. This was the INI 2020 Raffle Tractor. Kenny Knight has it. He won it in the raffle, and this is a really nice. I bought a bunch of tickets hoping I'd win it. I didn't, but I'm glad somebody did, and they brought it here to display. It's a nice looking Wheatland, and walk around the back here. It's pretty good straight tractor, very nice. We got a Vista here, a Vista propane. It's in really nice shape. Got everything there, and it's I'd say this is a 68 or 9 maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I might be wrong on that, but it doesn't have closed center hydraulics, so I'd say it's a little bit older one. Full set of weights on the front, and it's a good looking propane here. Jurgen Farms from Hopkinton. I feel like I drank beer last night, but I really didn't. Iowa. G6. It's a nice looking tractor. And we've got another rare one here in a 70 302 Super propane. And Jeff Greer also owns this one. So I've got one, and Jeff's got one, and so we're going to compare notes and do things today. But this is a really nice tractor. He's had this one for a while. Again, one of 25 that were made in 70. It's got a plow on the back. Neat piece of history. You know, they did the white shield underneath the fuel tanks on the 70s, and the white wheels. That definitely designates them apart. And the other thing is the external steering cylinder down underneath there for the steering. So we've got a 50U. That's Steve and Diana Harriet, and they're from Sydney, Illinois. It's a good looking wide front U. A 670. I would say that's probably a 68 or so. Another 335. Got the tires all sauced up on it. And then another, this one's got a new idea unisystem power unit on it, but a W4 Moline combine on it. This is also a really nice piece. I can't imagine sitting up there on a hot day and all the dust that's rolling off of that head. That's when men were men, because people would cry about that today, I would think. We've got another Twin City model here. And then Dan Hansen has got his 60 M5 here. He went on the tractor drive yesterday, and that's a good looking tractor when it's rolling down the road. Very good looking M5. These might be a little bit hard to see because the way the sun's coming up this morning, but I'm trying to get out here early. You can already hear all the side-by-sides and golf carts swarming around me. There, later in the day, I'd figured it'd be hard to make this video, but I'm going to start with this white American 80 that's here. Mayer Equipment down in Jeffersonville, Ohio, brought a bunch of these tractors, and I'm not sure if they brought these, but they've got this cockshut red American, and then they've got a Moline yellow white American with front wheel assist, which would be pretty rare. It's kind of neat to see those lined up here. Got a G900, it's probably a 69, I would guess. Propane, it's got a 3-point on the back, the heavy front axle, wheel weights, nice looking 69. We've got a G1000, and this is a Wheatland with the cab on it, standard front axle. Got another G1000. This one's a propane. Again, it's cab, standard front axle. And we got a Vista, and it's a Wheatland with the standard front axle, no 3-point on the back, with the cab. That'd make it kind of rare. It's got an add-on there for the air conditioning, which would be a must, I would think, on one of these, because it's like riding in a tin can on a hot day. This is labeled a G1350. I wonder if it's a repower, and they put a 1350 engine in it. I'm not exactly sure, but propane. Also Wheatland. And then A4T 1600. It's a diesel, good looking tractor. I really like the way this one looks. In my insane Moline mind, I would love to get one of these one day and restore it. But as I talked to my buddy Andy Sellers yesterday, I'd love to paint it in yellow. Then we have a G706 parked out here on kind of the edge. Nice 706. So I'm going to be going around and filming as the day goes on. Stuff's just starting to get kicking. It's about 8:30 in the morning here, but people are already swarming, so it's going to be a fun day. And I guess it wouldn't be right if I didn't mention this big dog. If you're like me and grew up with the family using Molines and then they switched to whites, this 4210 is a really neat piece here, and they got a big disc on the back of it. And I saw this when we rolled in on the other day, and it's a really nice tractor. It's either been well cared for or it's been redone at some point, but I just have to show it. Mostly I film the Molines, but I'll also fit Olivers and whites or unique stuff in, just because it's all part of the heritage. So we have a kind of a rare one here in the Moline lineup, Oliver 2155, which is really a Moline 1350. They did not make a lot of these in green. I just talked to the owner of this. They're out of South Carolina, found it in a scrap yard, and when he realized what it was, he had it restored, and it was done in Millersburg, Ohio. Picked it up on Thursday, and he's here at the show this weekend. And this tractor is really nice. It's been very well done. It's Ansel Price, and he's got a very nice tractor here. He said it was not together, and missing heads and everything off it when he got it, and then took it up there and had him restore it, and this thing is just absolutely beautiful. So rare, very rare piece, and I'm glad that he brought this up to the show here so we could all enjoy it also. So we have an Oliver 2655. Saw this in town on a trailer on the way in on Thursday morning. It made it up here. It's a really nice restore and beautiful with the quick hitch. Next to it's a Plainsman, also a really nice restore with the cab. Going to kind of let the video speak for itself. These are two really nice tractors. Like I said, I'd love to redo one of these in yellow, open. I'd love to do an open, but they're both really neat. These are with the Heritage Iron Tent. They're not in the Moline section. A couple more Molines over in the big iron section. Got a 70 Vista here, 2919 original hours, Firestones on it, Montana tractor, all original, runs and drives good. It's for sale. I don't know if this one or the one next to it's the one that my buddy Andy from Illinois was here yesterday drooling over. And Andy, if you're watching this, I hope one of these is the one, because you know, just to make you want a little more. Kind of like your drug dealer. It's a 67 G1000 Vista LP, complete engine overhaul. It's for sale also. Both pretty straight from what I can tell. Today is not a day I would want to be in either one of those cabs without air conditioning. It is really boiling out here this afternoon. Andy, I think you ought to buy one of these. I think it'd look good at your place. I know that doesn't help.